Today's video is going to be a little bit different. It's going to be more personal and spiritual. As you can probably see by the title of this video, I'm going to be talking about a concept called the evil eye. The evil eye is a belief that someone else's envy or ill will can unintentionally or intentionally bring negativity into your life. This concept actually has roots in many cultures, such as Mediterranean, South Asian, even Middle Eastern cultures. And basically, it all just boils down to this situation where whenever people see that you're doing well for yourself or something's going good in your life, their negative energy blocks off some of the blessings that is supposed to be handed to you. I actually didn't believe in this concept before. When my friend mentioned it to me, the first time I heard about it, I was like, what even is an evil eye? And then I noticed that I have been experiencing it. So now I'm talking about it in this video because I want to recognize it, I want to acknowledge it, and I want to tell that evil eye that it can't push me back. I was pushed back, but I'm able to defeat it. So let's circle back on why I said I believe in the evil eye, even though before I didn't even realize that I had an evil eye on me. Is that how you use the term? Yeah, anyway, there was an evil eye lurking on my life. So, you know how I have been very open about my goals, specifically my financial goals, like how I want to build my emergency fund, how I want to spoil my loved ones, and even travel one day. And I noticed that the more I get closer to those goals of mine, the more I get some pushback, or the more I get some friction in achieving those goals. And once I knew that concept of an evil eye, I just knew it was it. I just knew that there was some dark force, or I don't know if it's a dark force or whatever, just someone or something wishing that I wouldn't get to my goals. And how I noticed it was that I patched my goal versus what really happened, what pushed me back into reaching that goal. So say for example, I was working towards building my emergency fund, which I truly am. I still am now. If you watched my previous videos, you already know that we found a new apartment. We're living on it right now. I'm so happy about it. But the one pushback about this was that we had to pay double than what we should have paid when we moved into this apartment. So the normal upfront payment when you get an apartment here, at least in Toronto, is your current month's rent, when you move in, and a 1 month's deposit. So what we paid was double that. So we had to pay the first two that I mentioned along with 2 other months of rent. Understandably so, because you know how when you have rental applications and then the landlord will see your profiles, me and my boyfriend are actually contractual workers. And on top of that, we haven't gotten our post-graduation work permit. I can understand that because it's just a security blanket for the landlord for us to pay more money up front. But again, it pushed me back to building my emergency fund as fast as I could because I had to pay $2,000 more than I should have paid, and that just hurt my wallet just a little bit. Another example was, again, it's all about us moving into this new place. I have been very, very vocal about me wanting to move into a new place, into a more peaceful, private place. And now that it's happening, oh my goodness, on the day of our move, we rented a U-Haul truck, and that U-Haul truck, which was driven by someone else, hit a the vertical clearance, like something on the vertical clearance. Yeah, I actually wasn't there, so I didn't know what happened. But unfortunately, yeah, I feel like I'm gonna be paying a hefty amount for that. They're still making an estimate for it, so actually that's been like looming over my head, even my boyfriend's mind, for a few weeks now. So yeah, but anyway, I don't want to get into that anymore. I've let go of that. I mean, at least we moved into this place. But again, that was one pushback to another one of my goals, which was to be in a more peaceful environment. Like, this is not peaceful for me at all, because I've lost sleep, I've lost focus, because I knew that damage would cost me something, even if I didn't even cause it. You know what I mean? And the funny thing about that is, with the other sides of my life, the ones that I don't openly share, the ones that I keep to myself and to God alone, they're doing pretty well. I'm not gonna share it because I don't wanna invite any other like bad juju. But it's just so weird that with all the goals that I have openly said in public, I experienced pushback. But with all the goals that I kept to myself, with all the goals that I only told God to, it's just going so perfectly. But yeah, I don't know, maybe it's just a coincidence, maybe it's just myself inviting bad energy, but either way, I am learning from it, and I am going to share in this video how I did not lose focus in reaching my goals, even though there has been a lot of pushback. And I want to share how I protected myself, how I'm constantly protecting myself. So in case you too experience the evil eye, you can protect yourself as well. Okay, let's get started. The first thing I did when I heard about the truck damage was to run to God. I ran to him like a child crying to his parent, and I told him, you know, someone or something is just trying to wreck your plans for me, and I need all the protection I can get from you, because I can't let this get the best of me. I truly trust that truck damage wasn't part of his plan. Number one, because he's been guiding me with this move, trying to, you know, guide me and sway me into all the right directions, just to make sure that we have a smooth move. I know this because I did not experience any friction when it was just me and him, when I haven't even told anyone that we were moving yet, when we haven't asked anyone for help with moving, and everything was just perfect. Now, when I started to ask for help, that's when the friction started. Yeah, that's what I noticed. So that's why I know that it wasn't God's plan for that truck to be damaged, for me to pay a very, very hefty amount for that truck. But yes, I ran to him and I was like, oh my goodness, Lord, what did I just hear? But yeah, run to God first. That's probably the best thing that I did when I experienced that specific event. Okay, number two, and this is gonna be tied to, you know, how I mentioned when I started telling people that we were moving, when I started asking for help, that's friction started. You have to be careful who you share your life with. Like, be very, very careful. I know with my YouTube community, you are nothing but supportive. I have been making videos for a few months now, and everything has been going really, really well with you guys. So I can't thank you enough for that. You inspire me every day to make these videos, even though like sometimes I'm like, are they even gonna watch it? But you guys still do, and thank you for being supportive. But you don't know who in your circle, or who, like the people in your real life, you don't know if they're genuinely happy for you, or they're just, like whatever. I don't even want to say I don't even want to assume what their intentions are, but it's just bringing something negative to me. So be careful who you share your life with. Protect your energy as much as possible. And as someone who experienced this myself, you will feel who those people are in your life. Okay, third one is to not lose sight and to not lose focus on your goals. Just think that this is just a setback. Even if the setbacks go on and on and on, you just have to fight it. Funny thing, I'm saying this now, but I actually almost gave up on budgeting because I just felt completely defeated at that point. I was like, why is it that whenever I would be in a much better place, there's always this setback? And now I'm just back to square one. The more I budget, the less money I budget. It's so funny because my income finally settled. Like, I'm very, very happy with my income, and the first thing I thought of was I can finally have like a permanent budget and be able to just let things flow, But it's just things keep on happening for some reason. And I actually almost gave up. The moral of the story is that setbacks aren't the end. Setbacks cannot defeat you. You must believe, as I have realized, you must believe that there is a light at the end of the tunnel, and you can't stop reaching for that light. You can't stop until you reach that light yourself. So don't lose sight of your goals. I've been thinking that the evil eye would hopefully just be tired of me because I'm just, whatever, just still pursuing whatever goals I have, and it will just go away. Yeah, I'm hoping for that. I am truly hoping that that truck damage is the last thing I would have to spend out of my budget. Okay, the next thing is to be solution focused. So I told you earlier that when I heard about the truck damage, I felt like it was my breaking point. I was like, to hell with budgeting. I don't care. Whatever money I'm getting, I'm gonna lose it anyway. Like, what's the point? There's no point. But I had to remind myself that emotions can't get the best of me. Just because emotions are heightened, just because I feel like I'm always let down, I can't let that get the best of me. Yeah, that's it. So instead of spiraling, I sat down, I tried to figure a solution out, and thankfully I kind of did. I still have to figure out other ways for me to tackle that truck damage cost that I would have to face, but I have one solution. It's gonna hurt, but what I thought was one payment, it's gone. And yeah, maybe I can think of another payment plan for it, but that one solution of paying it all upfront, it'll, I'll just treat it as I'm resetting my money. And that'll be the last reset I'm gonna make, hopefully, in my whole life. So yeah, maybe I can make a payment plan. I don't know. Because it also hurts when you know that you have a budget outstanding, but at the same time, the money that you paid up front could have been making more money through interest. You know, like it's such a difficult decision. But that's how solution focused I am. I'm like, okay, this is one solution, this is another solution. What else can I do to make my situation better? Yeah, think of solutions and make sure to set clear boundaries to make sure that you're not going to be in a position that you don't want to be in. Last is to count your blessings anyway. I know that, you have this bad juju looming over your head, but you can't forget about your blessings. I paid more than I expected to have paid when it comes to renting this place, but we love this place so much. I love this place so much. This was the best place that I could have gotten as a first place of mine. The money is gone, but I'm in a place that I love. That's it. That's the point. I'm gonna have to pay for truck damage, but at least all the stuff from my old place got here safely to my new place. And when it comes to my financial goals, when it comes to building my emergency fund, spoiling my loved ones, traveling, hopefully, looking back to even just last year when I was struggling to even find where to get money, like where I can get more income from. Now I have the income. I'm in a far better place now than I was a year ago. And that's enough. That already counts for a huge blessing. You know what's funny? A day before filming this video, my Bible app actually gave me this verse of the day, and coincidentally, it was also the second reading of Sunday's Mass. So it's from Colossians chapter 3, verse 2, and it says, "Think about the things of heaven, not the things of the earth." And this is such a beautiful verse because it reminds me that money is just money. Money is just an earthly thing that I can't bring to when I go to heaven and meet God. I would say that the salary I earn is enough for me to live a comfortable life. And I just need to remind myself that yes, it'll give you a comfortable life, but at the end of the day, a comfortable life is a life centered on heavenly things, not earthly things. God is here to remind me I can't let my life revolve on money and money alone. God is trying to tell me that, I'm spending more money. I'm spending more money than I expected to spend. But the more important thing is I'm happier, my boyfriend's happier, our families are happier, and we all feel safer now that we've moved. So really, apart from trying to solve every problem that you have, especially with money, sometimes all you have to do is realize that, you know what, it's just money. And for the setbacks that we experience in our lives, these are just setbacks. What's important is how determined we are, how much we persevere towards the goal we're trying to reach, and just make sure to have someone beside you, a support system that will make you feel better whenever you need help. All right, I'll see you in my next video. Bye.